should aspire for more. Connect with others who desire to aspire for more. Reach for your goals. When you do, you allow yourself to aspire for more. Dr. Tammy is here to help you aspire for more. Aspire for more.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Journey Toward More, where we discuss topics to help you manifest more of what is for you, more of what you desire, more of what is aligned with who you are, more of what honors you on your journey toward more. I am your host, Dr. Tammy, life strategist, literacy educator and consultant, author, speaker, and wellness advocate. And today we're talking about practice patience during the pause. And so we're going to explore this idea of practicing patience. So before we get started, if you would, make sure that you share this out, share it with others that's in your circle that may benefit from this. Definitely, I encourage you to download the show and subscribe to it so you get notifications when a new episode is uploaded. I would really appreciate your support. And you can also find this over on my YouTube channel at Dr. Tammy Francis with an I, and you can find me there as well. And you can also find some live videos and these podcasts. So you can definitely share this out and share it with someone by just sharing a link to the episode that would benefit them. All right, so practice patience during the pause. So I want you to know, as I go through this and as we talk today, be patient. Everything will be all right. I want you to feel that from deep within me, that I believe that and I am sending that your way. Be patient. Everything will be all right. The last 9 to 10 months, I have been in transition with my business. My life has changed personally and professionally as far as my business. Now, my job is it's the same for the most part, but my business and my life personally has changed drastically. My situation in those areas have changed drastically. My focus in those areas have changed drastically. So with my business, I know exactly, and I knew exactly what I was meant to do. I could feel it in my bones. I had a deep desire to help others and serve others by getting them to move in the direction of more and prepare for what's next in their life. And so that's when I took on this idea that I wanted to be a catalyst in people's life. I wanted to be a catalyst to propel them into their next by offering them strategies for living better, being better, and actually putting action behind the I want to, right? I need to I am doing it. But what I realized around June of 2018 was that what I'm commissioned to do, what I was commissioned to, that I thought I was commissioned to do, was changing and or evolving. It did no longer fit. And around that time, I decided to take a sabbatical from live streaming, take a little break from it, from live streaming every day. Because up until that point, I was live streaming 6 days a week. Sundays, sometimes I did it, sometimes I didn't. So it wasn't all the time, but I did live stream daily. And I just once I stopped that, I thought, okay, I'm only gonna stop live streaming, take a break from it for about 3 months. I was trying to finish up the playbook and get that published at the time. So if you haven't checked out the playbook, it's on Amazon and it's on my website. So check out Manifesting More, a playbook for planning and living on purpose. But I was in the point where I was getting that out, and I was also, going through some things personally, and I started to feel like my message didn't fall on the right ears. It didn't seem to fit my audience. I thought I needed to reevaluate some things, because in the midst of live streaming, I switched platforms. I had done some other things. So at that point, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to stop. But y'all know what? That 3 months, that was in June of 2018. It is now, at the time of this recording, April of 2019. And I'm still not live streaming regularly. What started out as 3 months ended up being 9 months. And if I'm honest, in about 2 weeks, it'll be 10 months. Because it was June 13th, and I remember it clearly. It's kind of like an anniversary date. So, of course, y'all know what my quarter 2 goal is get back live streaming before June 13th. But anyway, I digress. But it'll be 10 months in a few weeks. I didn't plan it to be that way. I didn't expect it to be that long. And even around November, December, I really started to miss live streaming. I really started to miss connecting with the people I was servicing in my groups and on the different platforms. I really began to miss it. So, I did some things and I always live stream maybe once or twice a month. And then around that time when I started to miss it, I started doing something every week. Whether I joined in a online event where I could broadcast with other people or an interview, I did my own thing. But I made sure that I, did several things. 2 or 3 times a month, I still stayed with it. And now it's been a while since then. But this last time. But I feel like the next time I go on, it's not going to be temporary. But I really missed it. But that wasn't enough for me to hit the button. That wasn't enough for me to do that 6 days a week. So I had to surrender. I had to wait. I had to pause. And I had to realize that what I thought was a time for me to get myself together, so to speak, to do this reboot, this reset. What I thought was that moment really turned out to be a pause for me. It turned out to be a time in my life where I needed to just pause, reflect, evaluate. And during that time, and I want you to know that during the pause can be the most uncomfortable experience. And it feels like a wilderness experience, a wilderness moment. And if you haven't checked out my YouTube, I uploaded a video yesterday. So it should be there around the time of this podcast if you're watching this in the future or listening to this in the future. But it's there. And I talked about being stuck in the wilderness. And that's what it felt like for the longest. Because I felt like I was losing momentum because I was in the midst of this change. Something was happening, but I couldn't even tell you what. Like I couldn't tell you what before maybe 2 weeks ago. I couldn't tell you what it was. And then something happened. Something happened, and it's people always say that. You're like, well, what is it? What is it? I promise you, I can't tell you what that is, but it was like I had gotten the word that, Dr. Tammy, it's time. You're ready. It's time. And in that moment, what I was meant to do, how I was meant to serve, not only changed, but it became so clear. And what I had to do was thinking, okay, you have been so restless and so unsettled for 9 months, 9 of these 10 months. What did you do? What has changed? And then what I realized is that as I reflected back on the 9 months, I realized that at one point I wanted to get back. I was like, I got to get back. I got to get back. I got to get back. I got to do this. I got to do this. It's been too long. And then I had to take a moment and just say, you know what? It's not time. And how did I know it wasn't time? I knew it was time because usually I have a topic on topic on topic on topic to share. And for some reason, nothing would come to me. I didn't know what I would talk about if I went live. And so it's like something else said, lady, I know you want to go, but you're not ready. It's not time for you to go. And during that pause, I got this relief, something consoled me and said, be patient. It's coming. Everything is going to be all right. And so I went with it. I knew everything was going to be all right because I knew that if I had pressed the button, if I had done all these things on my goal poster, my goal list, in my playbook that I wanted to do in my business and with the people that I am meant to connect with and serve, I knew that I wouldn't be doing them service because I had lost my voice. Not literally, I could still talk, but I lost the message. What was my focus? What was my message? And I knew the content of it. I knew what it should be because I had done it before. But for some reason, I lost it for a second. So when you're in the midst of a pause, I just want to offer you to be patient. It's going to be all right. Because if you're there in the midst of a pause doesn't mean stop. It doesn't mean quit. It means that you just need to stop for a moment, only a moment. It's a pause. Take a deep breath, look around, and reflect. Evaluate where you are, where you want to go, and what you're meant to do. And that's what I did. And right around December, when I had the desire to go live, I knew that live wasn't what I needed to do. I didn't get that. My inner being didn't feel that strongly about it. Like I didn't have that inner voice that said, and that gut feeling that said to do that. But what it did say was, it's time. It is time for you to start your podcast. It is time for you to start using your voice without people having to look in your eyes. It is a time where people can listen to you in their car. It is a time for people to listen to your podcast in whatever time they want, whenever they want, in their quiet time, and pull out their journal and reflect. It is a time for them to listen to the episodes that resonate with them and just listen. And so I got the word to podcast. So since then, I've been podcasting every week. That is the 2019 goal for me to podcast 40 out of the 52 weeks. And so that's what I'm doing. And that's what I plan to do. But I didn't get the word to go live until a couple of weeks ago when I felt, okay, now you know your message. Now you know what you want to say. Now you know how you want to say it. So for those of you listening to this podcast, I'll give you a sneak peek. And so if you're listening to this, you may want to tweet me on Twitter and just say hello to me and give me a little hashtag, Love Lab. So during this pause, I was thinking that I was losing momentum. I thought that I was losing traction. And really what it was a big boost in where I'm going next. During that pause, I published a playbook. I've released it. It's been doing very well. And I've gotten ideas on how to better utilize it with the people I serve. And so there's more to come with that, and how I use it and how it gets others what they desire. But also, what I've experienced in the last, I'm not going to say, decades of my life, I realized that there were some trends, there were some patterns. I'm a researcher, y'all, so I'm a researcher at heart, educational researcher, more specifically, but I'm a researcher. And what I started doing was looking at trends and patterns in my life. What are the themes that are resonating in my life? Where does my expertise really lie? Where could I really help people that I'm serving? On top of them purpose planning and using the playbook to manifest what they want and desire, how can I actually add to that in my quest to address the entire person? And the one thing I was missing, a part of my platform, was relationships. Real relationships. True love. Real love. I think about Mary J. Blige, that 90s song. I'm a 90s girl, y'all. But I think about that song, Real Love. And then I realized, to be a change within ourselves, to be a change in the world, we have to be a catalyst for change. So then I thought about, but we have to take it to the lab. We've got to go inward. We got to do some work. We got to put this together. We've got to, experiment what works for each individual person and come out with something that's viable, that can stick and stay. So then I came up with the Love Lab. That's why you're going to hashtag the Love Lab. Don't worry, more is to come about that. I'm just a little, and it's not just intimate relationships. I'm not necessarily talking about that. I'm talking about parent-children relationships. I'm talking about with friends, family. All of that. And so expect more about the Love Lab. I'm not sure that's what I will call it, but that's the concept right now. So you're getting a sneak peek. You're getting a little insider. But I wanted to share the 6 things that I did during my pause to help me with patience. Because I tell you, patience is the one virtue that I need help with. I am and have been one of the most impatient people. And it's something that I've had to cultivate, learn, and create affirmations around to know that I am a patient person. I have patience. And what is mine is coming to me. And so I wanted to share the 6 ways to practice patience during a pause. 6 things that I did personally during this time of transition in my business and in my life. And we'll talk more about the life part in the future. But for now, 6 ways. 1, I want you to just take a deep breath. Slow breath. Maybe even count to 10. But take a deep breath, like real deep, like where it starts in the bottom of your belly to your chest and then out through your nose, where you notice the air is entering and exiting the body, like really slow. Number 2, speak and move slowly or slower than you are. Force yourself to slow down. Force yourself to take a moment and reflect. Allow space for reflection and time. You'll appear calmer and you won't take things so seriously. But just slow down. It's amazing what you would observe if you just speak slowly, and which means you're responding slower to what people are saying. So you really take it in, and what you're outputting becomes more thoughtful and insightful. Number 3, practice active listening. Most people think I'm talking about other people, and it can be other people, but what I'm talking about is practice active listening with yourself. Give yourself your full attention. And also those around you. You may be surprised at the messages you are sending and receiving that can fuel your next, that can give you what you need for your next. So practice active listening to yourself, mind, body, and soul. Number 4, manage your emotions. During the pause, your emotions kind of swell. They get intense, really intense, and sometimes overwhelming, that you really have to manage your emotions and not feel and take things so strongly, and let your emotions overcome you to where you are then incoherent and not rational. Let's just be real. So you want to manage your emotions. And in taking it slow, in taking those breaths, the emotions that surface will be honest emotions. And that's what you pay attention to. That's what you journal about. That's what you address. Number 5, trust the process. Trust the process and enjoy the process. While you are in the pause, enjoy that process. Enjoy actually feeling the breath through your body. Enjoy taking a few moments to slow down and really connect with people. Enjoy that. Because in that you learn and you'll get so much out of the process. Number 6, the most important of all is allow yourself to be imperfect. During my pause, I was able to reconnect with who I am, my belief system, and what I believe about myself and others, and really allow myself to be imperfect. I am not perfect. I don't profess to be, but I'm working on it. And I know in that work comes growth and self-awareness. So allow yourself to be imperfect. I know we have some people that are type A personalities. That's definitely not me. But there are people out there. And that can be stressful in itself. That can propel you into a pause in itself. Because sometimes those things can paralyze you. So you have to be careful and just allow yourself to be imperfect. There's nothing wrong with imperfection. You have gifts. There are gifts that come to you through your imperfection if you just pay attention. Brene Brown has a book, The Gifts of Imperfection. You probably want to check that out. That one taught me that even in my imperfectness, if that's a word, even in my being imperfect, there are gifts that I'm giving. There are things that I'm learning. So during your pause, I want you to know that everything will be all right. Just be patient and practice patience during your pause. Everything will be all right. Great things take time, so you must allow time for them to unfold and come to you. Be patient with yourself and give yourself grace during this pause. Give yourself grace and know that everything will be all right. Be patient. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Journey Toward More and sharing today with me and allowing me to share a bit about what I've been experiencing during my pause the last 9.5 months. I appreciate you for indulging me in knowing that the pause, there's power in the pause. You are being empowered during your pause. So hang in there, hold on, and get ready. And make sure that you take full advantage of the opportunities that's about to come your way, because they're coming. I feel it for myself, and I know the same is true for you if you just be patient and practice patience during your pause. What's yours is yours. No one can take it from you, but you must be ready to claim it and own it for it to stay yours. Thank you for being here. definitely share this podcast out. Definitely listen to some previous episodes. Follow me on all platforms at Dr. Tammy Francis with an I, and join me live via the replay on my live broadcast. Look for me and a new schedule for live streaming. It's coming. It's evolving and growing as I speak. Every day something new comes to me. So that's why I know it's time. So I look forward to seeing you on different platforms and following me. The playbook, Manifesting More, a playbook for planning and living on purpose, is on my website, tfdonaldson.com/books, and on Amazon and other platforms that sell online, that you can order online. I hope that you will check it out. Join one of my upcoming workshops, my purpose planning workshops, where I show you how to use it and share with you the purpose behind it and the intention behind it, because it is a system and it doesn't work unless you work it. And I want to help you work it so you get what you want. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you being here. Take care. And I look forward to you joining me on another episode of Journey Toward More. Have a great day, great week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Stuck in life, you should aspire for more. Connect with others who desire to aspire for more. Reach for your goals. When you do, you allow yourself to aspire for more. Dr. Tammy is here to help you aspire for more. When you believe in yourself,